there's Corinne going home. We're all going back to college. The song is fitting. Hey guys, so I'm driving right now, so I can't like look at the camera. Going back to school. Just came home for Labor Day working. That's what I did. Came home for Labor Day weekend to work and to like see my family and stuff. So had a nice long weekend, but I'm ready to go back. The reception and the Wi-Fi sucks at my house, so I'm excited to go back. And I like my bed in my dorm, and I miss my roommates, so I'm excited to go back. But for this video, I promise this is not clickbait. Let me tell you, this is 100% real story time, okay? It's just like over a period of time, like a story, I guess. This is real. It's a real life story. So, this is the story, as you can see by the caption, of my haunted dorm room. Now, I'm not a huge believer in like ghosts or like weird supernatural stuff. Like, I'm not like 1,000%. I don't think it's fake. I just don't buy a lot of it. But like, I don't like Ouija boards. Like, I won't use Ouija boards. They all just seem like a bad idea to me. And I've heard some pretty convincing stories. And okay, so I'm not a 100% believer, but I'm not 100% like non-believer, I guess. This all started over the summer, kind of. So my roommate Kelsey went to this camp thing at school, and when she was there, some of the like older like people that were like leaders of the group, they were like, oh yeah, your dorm's haunted. And she was like, okay, well that's not real, because you know they probably told it to all the freshmen just to get them scared or whatever. So she told us that. We're like, haha, lol, it's haunted. So we really didn't think much of it. But we get there, and like this is maybe like a weekend. The first thing that happened, there's like a list of things over here. Like I have a little sticky note over here in my console, so I can remember all the things that happened and like the order of them. So the first thing that happened to me. Okay, so little setup of our room. We have a common area that has like a couch and like a chair and like a mini fridge, like a little counter space. And then on each side of the common room are bedrooms with 2 people. So there's 4 people overall, but there's 2 in each room, and like we're all just like connected. Like we're all just more like roommates, so we all just kind of like sleep in separate areas. Anyway, so I was alone one night. Well, I wasn't alone. Matthew was with me. I was the only one of my roommates there. And we were on my bed, like I think I was doing homework or like watching a video. I don't know, just chilling. I don't know. So me and Matthew were there, and we're laying there, and my closet door is open, and like in the very like front section of my closet is where I keep like extra hangers that I brought with me, and like want to take a shirt like off a hanger, I'll move that hanger to the front. So there's like a good chunk of hangers sitting up there. I hear them move, and I look over, and they're all shifting side to side. Like someone had just kind of hit them, and all of them were just kind of like shifting side to side. I was like, Matthew, do you see this? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what the heck? He's like, oh, it's gravity. Like, maybe it is, but I was just like, what? Gravity doesn't work side to side. It was weird. He's like, someone just came in, someone just shut the door. I was like, no one's here. Like, no door's shut. I don't know what he was talking about, but like, no one was there. It was just me and him. So I just kind of like brushed it aside, like, oh, maybe it was gravity, whatever. I wasn't thinking much of it. Well, a couple days go by, and my other 2 roommates, their names are Faith and Madison. Shout out if you're watching this. LOL, hate myself. Anyway, so we all have a group chat, like the 4 of us. We all have a little group chat together. And one of them had texted in the group chat like, oh, do you guys want to go get some lunch and go to Target? I don't know, something like that. And I wasn't there, and neither was Kelsey. We both like texted back like, oh no, sorry, I'm not there, I'm doing this or whatever. They're like, okay, cool, that's fine. Well, they later told us, like when we came back, we were all talking, they later told us they really texted that to see if we were home. Because sometimes we're there and we just like have our doors shut, and, you know, they don't just want to like go in there, like, I don't know, they just texted to see if we were there. Because they heard people walking on our side of the room. They said it sounded like someone was like walking and like opening and closing drawers and like opening and closing the bathroom drawer, which is like weird. And another thing about our room, we're in the corner of our hall, so there's girls on like me and Kelsey's side, there's girls on that side of the wall, but I've never heard them, so I don't know if our walls are actually connected or not. But like we're on the corner and there's no one connected on the other side there, and there's girls on that side. And Faith and Madison also heard a male's voice from our side of the room. They thought like maybe one of our boyfriends was over, but like neither of us were even there, so no one was in there. And they heard a men's voice and they heard people walking, it sounded like. Okay, then after they told me that, then I told them about the hangar experience. We're like, yo, this is weird, what's going on? They're like, your side of the room is haunted, LMAO. So another couple days go by and we're having, maybe it was the same day, I don't know, we have to have a meeting with our RA to go over our roommate contract and just like stuff like that. So our RA, his name's Henry was in there talking to us about stuff. I don't even know how we got on the topic. We were like, yeah, do you know our room is haunted? He's like, what? And we told him everything that had happened. He's like, that's really weird. He's like, I don't believe in ghosts at all. Like, I am just like pure science. But that is kind of weird. We're like, yeah. He's like, that's weird that you say that too about this room. We're like, well, what do you mean? He's like, oh, this room was just kind of weird when we checked it before move in. We're like, well, what do you mean? He's like, oh, we go to each of the rooms to make sure they're cleared out and everything before you guys move in. And when we checked this room, he said there's just a weird air about it. He's like, it just felt weird. We're like, yay. But like, he's not the kind of guy to like kid about that stuff either. Like, he is like super strict about his job, like super serious, like can't get anything past him type of guy. Like, he's not joking around. So we're like, cool. So still just kind of like apprehensive about the whole thing, like just kind of like joking, like LOL, like we named him Bob the Ghost, like LOL, there's Bob. Then one night, sleeping, right? I'm sleeping, Kelsey's sleeping, we're both in bed, asleep. I hear my keys hit the floor. Okay, so to preface, my keys, I hang up my keys in my purse on a command hook, this like little like hooky command strip that's on the wall in our room. And I always put them there, like I always just hang them up there. And I hear my keys hit the floor in the middle of the night, like they're off the hook. Off the hook. But so my heart was beating so fast. I was like, oh my gosh. I immediately was like, oh my gosh, it's the ghost. And so I just like, I like kind of looked up to see if like Kelsey was awake, if she had gotten up or if she heard it or anything, but she was out. She was gone. It was just me that heard it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna die alone. So I just kind of like turn and face the wall and pull up my covers and try to calm myself down. I'm like, just go to sleep. You didn't hear it. You didn't see anything. Everything's fine. So I get up in the morning and I wake up before she does. And I go, and both my keys and my purse are on the ground off of the command hook. What the heck? Because at first when I thought the keys, I was like, maybe because like my purse strap is like kind of thick. I'm like, maybe it was like hanging like vertically and like my keys were on top of it and they just kind of like slid off, you know, like gravity again, just kind of like slid off. And so I was like, okay, maybe that's it. But I look up and my purse is off too. Like, there's no way, like that hook goes up, like there's no way it just can like slide off. Like, it has to be lifted off the hook. That one really freaked me out, because there's no way that could have happened. Like, something or someone would have had to either brush up against it very hard or actually pick it up and put it on the ground. It would not just have fallen off that hook. So that really freaked me out. So by the time Kelsey had woken up that morning, I asked her about it, and she'd heard anything or noticed anything. She's like, no. And I told her what happened. She was like, bruh, that's weird. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, I guess. Just gonna die alone. It's great. So all that happened, and I don't even remember when that was, but this weekend, me, Faith, and Madison went home. And it was just Kelsey there, because Kelsey doesn't have a car, and she lives in Indy, so it's not really easy for her to go home. So she was the only one there this weekend, by herself. I felt bad for her, but like, oh well. But she said, while she was there, she said she came into the room one night at like midnight and had like a weird vibe. And like this is the second time, like Henry said that, and she said it had a weird vibe. She said like it made the hairs on her back stand up, and she said it just felt like someone was in the room with me. She's like, I know this sounds like, she's super religious too. Well, not super religious, but she is religious and like doesn't really believe in ghosts a whole lot like I do. So like for her to say that was like something like for me too. And she doesn't like mess around about that stuff either. And then she also told us that like she did not stay there Friday or Saturday night because she just felt so freaked out and just like not safe there by herself, just because of all the things that have happened. And so she went and stayed with a friend. She said she just didn't want to stay there by herself. I was like, I don't blame you. But she said there was like, she was in there late one night and she heard things coming out of the other room. She said she heard things moving and like scratching sounds. I don't really know what that means. This is all through text message that she told me. So I'm not quite sure what that means, or like if it was on the wall or just like on the ground or whatever. But she said she heard things moving and like a scratching sounds coming out of the other room. This is the first time anything's happened in the other room. It's all been in our room. So she said she was so freaked out in her room, so she moved all of her stuff to the common room and like went and stayed somewhere else because she was just so freaked out about the whole thing. So yeah, that's our story, I guess. If there's anything else that happens, I was like a little afraid to film this in my dorm just because like, I don't know, I feel like that's bad like juju or whatever. So I'm like, let's just film it in my car while I'm driving back home or back to Evansville. I call both Vincent and Evansville home now because I'm like, I told my mom like the places where I live, I'm spending a lot of time down here. So yeah, that's it pretty much. I was telling Matthew about this and he was like, yo, do we need to get like Catholic priests in here? Like my mom's got some holy water at home. Like I don't know, that's not my religion. I don't know if I believe that either. I'm just like, it's just weird. I don't like it. So I hope I don't die. I also feel like even filming this video in the first place and like putting it out there, like our ghost is gonna be like offended or something. Like he's gonna know. Like I'm sorry. I'm just scared. Everything that I've said is 100% real. Nothing's made up. Like, unless my roommates are complete, like, straight up lying to my face. Like, this stuff I experienced firsthand. Like, I'm not one of those people that are gonna post, like, weird things that didn't even happen to me or just, like, weird, exaggerated stories on YouTube. Like, this is real. This is me. Thank you, Demi Lovato.
This is real. This is me. I'm exactly.
Yeah, hope I don't die. Guess you'll find out if I post a video next week or not. But, yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. Weird video. But, yeah, I've got some more video ideas. So I'm excited for those. Kelsey wants to, like, film a video with me, so we'll see. We got some ideas, but okay, just know if we put something out there that's kind of weird, we're 1000% joking. Like, okay, I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. Like, let me know if this sounds like a good idea, or like, even though we don't want to watch that, doing like, like a weird like ASMR video, or like a mukbang or whatever, like eating and like kind of like eating into the microphone. Like, we all sat in our little common room and was watching like the fluorofoam like squishing with the water and the glitter, and oddly satisfying, but not something weird, but just something like that, you know. Okay, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna go, but thanks for watching and see you guys next week. Bye.